Hey everybody, this is Bill. I am the Salty Old Marine. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something I've been hearing a little bit about recently, and that is a fear of the VA thinking that we know too much. That is to say, when we file for VA disability, if we learn about the Code of Federal Regulations, the 38 CFR, if we learn about the Rater's Guide, if we learn about the M21 as it's called, if we understand what the requirements are for a VA disability, and then specifically what the requirements are for a particular rating, a 50% rating or a 70% rating or a 100% rating, if we take the time to learn those things, and if we tailor our disability requests for those requirements, that we are in danger. We are taking advantage of the system, that the VA is going to know that it's going to be held against us, that it's a bad thing. It's a morass. So let's try to break it down a little bit. I'm going to give you what my perspective is. You may agree, you may disagree. Feel free to say something in the comments if you don't agree with me, but please hear me out. Listen to what I have to say. Here's my point of view. When I was in school, if I wanted to get a good grade on a test, I studied. Now, I could have said, studying for the test ahead of time is kind of like cheating, because either I know the material or I don't know the material, and that's what I'm being tested on. So studying just makes it seem like I know the material when maybe I don't know the material, right? Well, no. I think we'd all agree that that's not correct. We do want to study. We want to get a good grade. We want to show that we have archived and learned whatever the material is that we've been asked to learn, right? So studying is part of that. And it's the same in all areas of life. In the military, if you wanted a promotion, you learned what the requirements were to be promoted. You prepared yourself for promotion to put yourself into that zone so that you could be promoted. You didn't just, well, I hope you didn't just passively wait around saying, well, it will happen or it won't happen, I don't know. But if I try to get promoted, well, that'll just prove that I'm trying to manipulate the system, right? So I'm just going to intentionally be ignorant and hope I get promoted, because that's the best way. Well, it's not the best way, is it? Now, let's apply that to VA disability. The goal of VA disability for you, for the VA, for the government, the goal is that your legitimate service-connected disabilities should be properly diagnosed, rated, and compensated. I think we all agree on that. There's no discrepancy. In order for that to happen, the VA has rules and laws and regulations, and they are written down. They're not casual, they're not subjective, they're not imaginary. They're written down, they're in black and white, because that's how laws work. That's how rules and regulations work. And because they're related to the federal government, they're public. So you can search online by using Google or whatever your search engine of preference is for 38 CFR and the name of whatever disability you're interested in pursuing. It's going to tell you how that disability is rated. It's going to tell you what the percentages are for disability. And it's up to you to be honest, but to match your legitimate service-connected symptoms to those ratings, those percentages. See where you fall. Once you know that, well, that's what you want to put in your personal letter. That's what you want to put in your claim. That's what you want to put in terms of records that speak to that, right? But it's cheating because I know the rules. I'm manipulating the rules. I'm a fraud. Well, no, my friend, that's not the case at all. The case is you are doing the VA's job for them, and they're glad of it. It's a good thing for everybody involved. It means that the C&P examiner and the rater and all the people involved in touching your claim from start to finish understand what your symptoms actually are, understand where you're at, because you told them, right? You proved it with documentation. They didn't have to go and try and figure out what you were trying to say because it's there. You're doing the right thing. The VA does not expect you to be a dummy. The VA does not expect you to be unprepared. The fact that most veterans are unprepared is unfortunate. It's a shame, and it doesn't have to be that way. I wish the VA did more outreach. I wish the VA explained more about how they rate so that more veterans would understand. Now, to be fair, you'll find that information on the VA. There are various web pages on the VA that do explain that do explain the 38 CFR, that do explain how benefits happen, that do explain how to apply for your benefits. But it's the government. It's hard to find. It's hard to read. It's hard to understand. They didn't break it down, and they're not going to. So there are YouTube channels like this one, many of them. There are web pages. There are third-party companies. Basically, they exist because of this confusion, because of this lack of understanding, because this information is not hidden, but also not easily presented, easily digested. And unfortunately, there's also veterans out there who feel that if you prepare yourself, you're somehow cheating. I don't believe that. I don't feel that way. I feel that what I'm doing is breaking down exactly what the VA needs to know, the information they must have to give me the correct and appropriate rating for my disability. And I'm giving it to them on a silver platter. Let's make it easy. We'll make it easy on them. We'll make it easy on me. Make it easy for the VA to say yes. Not by lying, not by cheating, but by giving them exactly what they're asking for. I hope this helps. I'm going to put a link for the 38 CFR and the M21 in the comments, in the description, I should say. And I'd like you to leave a comment. I'd like you to tell me about your experience, and we'll talk it through. I'm Bill. I am the Salty Old Marine. I hope you found this useful. Please like, share, subscribe, share it with a friend, tell people, hire a skywriter, and as always, have a great day.